Did you know that the filming of The Passion of the Christ was marked by events so shocking that many consider them miracles, real injuries, strange phenomena?
All I felt was like a giant, tremendous slap on my ears and about 8 seconds of like a pink-red static. That thing snaps. I'm toast. It was over, and the hypothermia was horrendous.
And experiences no one could explain left everyone on set asking themselves, were these just coincidences or were they signs from above?
You're itching all over the place. I had a shoulder separation, if you've ever gone through one of those.
Jim Caviezel, the actor who portrayed Jesus, truly felt the pain he was acting out. He was accidentally struck. He fell under the weight of an actual wooden cross, and he was even hit by lightning.
It's been rumored, I don't know how true this is, that as you were filming this, you were hit with lightning?
Yes.
That's true.
I was lit up like a Christmas tree.
From the very beginning, Mel Gibson was sure that The Passion of the Christ would not be a standard film. His vision was crystal clear. He wanted to show the final hours of Jesus with such realistic intensity that viewers would feel transported straight to first-century Jerusalem.
Did you ever think it was too much?
Of course it was too much. Yes, that was the whole point of it. It was the mystery of suffering, which is the sacrificial lamb, you know. If it was easy, it isn't worth much. So, and believe me, I did a lot of research on it. And according to all the research, it was way worse than anything I showed.
Gibson knew from the start that the road wouldn't be easy. Major studios rejected his idea, calling it too risky and not very marketable.
It was a crazy movie because it was a great movie. It seemed like there was resistance to that movie. It was like Hollywood resistance to that movie. Like people didn't like that you were making it.
He refused to give up and decided to personally finance the $30 million the production cost. This act of faith revealed just how strongly he believed in the message he wanted to share. It was a true act of sacrifice and commitment, mirroring in some way the heart of the movie itself, sacrificing for a cause greater than oneself.
No, yeah, there was a lot of opposition to it. My contention is, when I was making it, it was like, you're making this film, the idea was that we're all responsible for this, that his sacrifice was for all mankind.
To make this happen, he made bold and risky decisions, like filming the entire movie in Aramaic, Latin, and Hebrew, the languages spoken at that time. This didn't just add depth to the story. It also aimed for a more direct and emotional bond with the story they were bringing to life. But that wasn't all. The sets, designed with incredible attention to detail, were built in Matera, Italy, a place that felt frozen in time. Every stone, every corner, and every detail was carefully crafted to faithfully show the world in which Jesus lived and died. The level of accuracy was so high that each scene felt like a window to the past. However, this project didn't just face technical challenges, it also took on spiritual ones.
I shot me out of my body. I saw the back side, not here, and I remember looking at him, and all of a sudden I saw his hand blow up. But the horn, I heard the horn go off, and it didn't hurt my ears. But it was like when I first met God, when he asked me to become an actor, I felt this great peace and love.
Yet the most inexplicable event of all took place during an outdoor shoot, when Jim Caviezel was struck by lightning in the middle of filming. Although he wasn't seriously harmed, the force of the lightning bolt was so intense that it left everyone stunned.
And as you were filming this, you were hit with lightning?
Yes.
That's true.
I was lit up like a Christmas tree. It was a shot I was doing on the Sermon on the Mount, and I knew it was going to hit me about 4 seconds before it happened. I said, I'm going to get hit. And when it happened, I saw the extras grab the ground in front of me. What they saw was fire coming out the right and left side of my head and an illumination around the whole body.
What are the odds of that happening during the filming of a movie about the final moments of Jesus? The incident made the entire team reflect. Some labeled it an unbelievable coincidence, while others saw it as a divine signal. a reminder of the deep spiritual significance of the mission they had undertaken. Almost everyone on set felt it. It seemed like there was something larger than them behind every single step of the project. Instead of discouraging the crew, these events strengthened their commitment to the film.
Mel, during the shot, they said, "Do you have it on camera?" Actually, what happened was he said action, and as the camera's panning, coming to me, right around here is where this light just generated. By the time he got to me, I hear Mel screaming out, "What the heck happened to his hair?" I mean, I looked like I went to see Don King's hairstylist. 5 minutes after I got hit, Jan Michelini, one of the assistants, walks over and says, "Are you okay?" Then he got hit, and I said the difference was that they saw the bolt come down and hit Jan. They didn't see that when I was standing there, and all I felt was this like a giant, tremendous slap on my ears and about 8 seconds of like a pink-red static.
One of the most striking and much discussed aspects of filming The Passion of the Christ was the accidents and unexplained phenomena that occurred, many of which directly involved Jim Caviezel, the actor playing Jesus. Among these incidents was the shocking shoulder dislocation he suffered while shooting the scene where Jesus carries the cross. In order to achieve maximum realism, Mel Gibson insisted on using a real cross with a substantial weight. During one take, Caviezel stumbled and fell under the cross, causing a painful shoulder dislocation. What's most surprising about this event is that the pain and anguish shown on screen are not just a performance, but the real physical agony the actor was feeling. Many saw this as a symbolic moment in which, even if only for an instant, Caviezel carried a fraction of the suffering Jesus endured on the road to Golgotha.
I remember yelling out, "You obviously don't care. Here we are breaking our backs for you." And at that point, this cross is swaying from 4 feet from one direction to the next.
Meanwhile, the technical crew reported inexplicable glitches in their equipment and even mysterious presences that seemed to watch them from the shadows. But here's the most astonishing part. Instead of stopping the production, all of these obstacles seemed to strengthen the faith of those involved. It was as if the Spirit of Jesus had gone beyond the screen to become a living experience on set. Were these just coincidences or a manifestation of something much bigger? Stay with us and discover how God can be present even in our toughest moments. Another equally disturbing event happened during the brutal scourging scene. Due to a technical error, one of the whips used in the filming struck Caviezel's back directly.
And I'm on a 1,000-foot cliff. If that thing snaps, I'm toast. It was over. And Mel didn't know what to do. It was just, we were in the middle of a shot, and all of a sudden the wind coming up this canyon. It's like going to the Grand Canyon and sticking a cross at the edge of it. It's all cemented in, and you think you're safe, but then when those winds go, it's going back and teetering back and forth, and the hypothermia was horrendous. You're itching all over the place. I had a shoulder separation, if you've ever gone through one of those.
Getting past the protective covering meant to keep him safe. The blow was so forceful that he was left with a permanent scar. Everyone on set was shaken, but Caviezel went on filming despite the pain and the physical wounds. For many, this incident deeply resonated with the words of Isaiah 53 verse 5, "By his wounds we are healed." Members of the cast and crew began to ask themselves whether these mishaps were random accidents or if they were signs of something bigger, a real, tangible reminder of what Jesus had done for humanity. Many started interpreting them as signs that reinforced the project's spiritual intent, as if every obstacle fell perfectly in line with the message of sacrifice and redemption the movie sought to convey. The filming of The Passion of the Christ was not only marked by the physical and emotional trials the cast faced, but also by a series of mysterious events that directly affected the technical crew. One of the most puzzling phenomena was the repeated and inexplicable equipment failures. Lights and cameras that had been thoroughly checked began failing randomly, especially during the film's most emotional and meaningful scenes.
And I thought, well, we got it. And then the next day, we watched the film, and it looked great and whatnot. And Mel says, we can't use it. And I said, what do you mean we can't use it? You know, literally yelling at him. What do you mean we can't use it? He says, if they're focused on that cross or not focused on my Jesus, they're going to be looking at that thing going back and forth. He said, forget it. No, we're doing it again. Well, that went for another 5 weeks, just the crucifixion scenes alone.
5 weeks of this?
Just for the crucifixion scenes.
Despite the technical team's best efforts, nobody could find a logical explanation for what was happening. It was almost as though something beyond human control was stepping in. Confronted with these difficulties, something unusual happened on set. Some technicians and actors, frustrated by the constant malfunctions, resorted to spontaneous prayer in crucial moments. And remarkably, on multiple occasions after they prayed, the problems resolved almost immediately.